Good evening, everyone. We have new information on what's going on with this storm. It is going to get worse. It's going to strengthen with the low pressure. It is going to deepen all the way down towards 970. That's going to be almost a record-breaking storm forming, everyone. There's a lot of talk about this being a record-breaking rare storm strengthening. And showing it's going to go all the way down to 970. Showing that as it goes into Tuesday, it's going to raise the intensity of these storms, also the damage and winds, and carrying across for Wednesday, showing there is going to be chances for tornadoes as well as this pushes towards east. So I'm going to show you new information in this video. Please pay attention to the information in this video. That way you can be aware of what's coming. The winds are getting worse, everyone. Plus, I have new information. I don't want to just stay on this storm for everyone. We have another Arctic blast coming through, bringing even more snow as we go from March 7th all the way towards the 15th. So I'm going to show you the information in this video. Please take a moment, hit that share button down below by the like button. Let other people know what is going on with this storm. It is strengthening, everyone. If they're not in the tornado threat or the heavy snow or the blizzards, these winds are going to be serious and it will be felt all the way across the U.S. Starting with our outlook for tonight, going until tomorrow morning, it has upgraded even more. Now we have the big marginal going all the way past Kansas with a slight risk going into Kansas. Now we got the enhanced section growing for Oklahoma, going towards northern Texas, also for tornadoes. And it has grown for your chances for tornadoes as we go by 10 o'clock at night. It will change. So as you go by 10 or 11 o'clock at night, remember this is central time up here, that it will grow. You will get a line of some supercells forming, and it will intensify with the winds aloft as it goes all the way till midnight as it goes through Kansas. Once it goes by midnight, 1 o'clock, then it's going to be for Oklahoma, and it's going to stretch into Texas as it goes by midnight. This is where you still have the hail cores coming through. Hail is not going to be the big player of the system as it still pushes by all morning long, all the way till you get around 6 or 7 o'clock. Then it's going to be for southeastern Texas, bringing you a threat for tornadoes as we go into the second day, which has grown as well. Now, this is just for tornadoes, but you can see it has grown also as we go into Tuesday. A huge marginal going all the way across the southeast. The slight risk has grown all the way past Alabama into western Georgia. And we have a big enhanced section, everyone. Chances for tornadoes as well has grown all the way from slight risk from Texas all the way towards Alabama. This is as you go by in the morning, bringing chances for the damage and winds, also the snow on the northern side, but just going through this tornado threat. You see how this carries all the way across on that downwards angle all the way towards southern Alabama, the Florida panhandle, just like I told you earlier with your best case for your tornadoes. Now you have it all as an enhanced section for tornadoes as that pushes all morning long, all the way till noontime. Now, once you hit around noontime, this is where you're celebrating your Fat Tuesday. It is Mardi Gras. I believe they did delay some things going on down there. And if you watch, the storms pass by after a few hours. So maybe around 4 or 5 o'clock, they will continue what's going on with the parade. So it probably will go into overnight. You have lights and everything going on. But this is bringing damage and winds with it, especially on the northern side. Look at this. This low pressure is going to strengthen. It's going to go all the way down towards 970. It's going to be really robust, bring a lot of damage and winds all the way across Tennessee and Kentucky, northern Alabama. Still getting a squall line as you go by for tomorrow afternoon, all the way towards southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, Panhandle, Florida. This is where you still have chances to get QLCS tornadoes, even still get some discrete cells in front of this linear event, showing it will continue as you go by midnight. So it's going to be overnight both times. I will show you the northern side. As we go through Wednesday, then it's going to bring that threat for severe weather once again, all the way from Georgia towards Delmarva with your slight risk. But it also brings another chance for a quick spin up that you cannot rule out from this storm as it goes by Wednesday morning. All the way towards the northeast. These storms are going to pivot all the way to the north, bring y'all winds as well, all the way till you get to around noontime. Then it's going to go further. We can't quite see that far just yet, but you can also see with this snowstorm that is still bringing a lot of good snow. But this is where the low pressure pivots and strengthens while you go by for tomorrow afternoon. This is where this group of storms is going to bring damage and winds as well. I'm showing high 70s is coming with this as this low pressure strengthens, bringing a lot of strong winds on a wraparound, still bringing all those blizzards, but the damage and winds is going to be a big player. As this goes by for tomorrow afternoon, going all the way towards Iowa, all the way towards Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, brings all the severe weather, these storms, bring you the snowfall still as all that pushes to the east. This is going to be a strong storm. It is strengthening even more. Now watch the lower level winds as you go for later tonight, all the way to 10, 11 o'clock. You do get some winds aloft that strengthen as that line of supercells forms up from Oklahoma into Kansas all the way to midnight and 1 o'clock. Then it starts weakening back down. So there's a quick flare up. Chances for tornadoes from Kansas towards Oklahoma. Once you hit 11, 12 o'clock, it will be for Oklahoma. As you go by in the morning, look how it stretches all the way from the DFW and carries for eastern Texas, going through eastern Oklahoma, northern Louisiana, through Arkansas and Missouri by tomorrow morning, and strengthening. And now you're picking up to 80 knot winds over here for Arkansas as that low pressure strengthens as you go by for tomorrow evening, bringing very strong winds. And look how it's bringing all these strong winds for northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, western Kentucky. Watch out for your flare-up, chances for tornadoes as well. But look how you go for tomorrow night. That low pressure strengthens. You get a lot of strong winds still on a wraparound, and you're getting a lot of strong winds in front of it. And this is what creates your damage and winds as you go all night long on the eastern side. Also on the wraparound, bringing you blizzard, but bringing very strong winds. Matter of fact, the strongest winds I still can see is coming from those winds right there all the way until Wednesday morning as this pushes right across the East Coast, bringing you strong winds aloft, chances for your tornadoes from the Carolinas to Virginia all the way towards Pennsylvania. You see that? The winds stay strong. We're going to have a tornado threat for Wednesday as well. But look at the low pressure system. You can see it with multiple models. This is the Euro Ensemble, showing that as we go by for Tuesday morning through Tuesday evening, it will keep getting stronger and stronger. Euro takes it all the way down to a 974 millibar storm. Very powerful, everyone. Look at GFS. GFS is showing the same thing. This storm will strengthen and deepen all the way down to a 971. That's why you have the very strong winds coming on the wraparound, plus very strong winds in front of it as that goes all Wednesday morning, bringing the strong winds all the way towards the coast. Now look at HRRR, high resolution rapid refresh. It's confirmed that it will get all the way down into the 970s, bringing those strong winds, and it will remain in the 970s as it goes by for Wednesday as this low pressure moves over the Great Lakes, bringing stronger winds towards the East Coast, just like what the GFS saw, everyone. And now we have a huge pocket of winds. Look at these winds. 50 is the lowest. We have a lot of 60, 70. We even get a pocket of 80 right there in that white. But look at the 60 and 70 pocket right here. That's going to bring your blizzards, but it's going to bring very high winds. Please be aware of these winds, and it will carry towards Iowa, southern Minnesota, and Wisconsin with all these 50 miles per hour wind gusts. Then as it comes across the south, look how it goes from that 50, carries back into that 60, even higher elevations, getting 70 and 80 now across the southern Appalachians. This is from that strengthening low pressure and shows it will gain strength from the Carolinas going towards Virginia back to 50 miles per hour wind gusts, maybe even getting some 60 in there and go further. We just can't see that far. But this is like what the GFS saw. GFS still showing it's going to rip right across the east, bringing the 50s and the 60s all the way towards the coast, everyone. All the way into Pennsylvania, all the way towards the northeast. So if anything, please be aware of these winds. These winds are not going to be no joke. Just doing a simple thing like opening a car door or the door to your house. It's going to fling open by these winds, and it could easily do something bad. Be aware of these winds. Please watch out. So now we have new warnings. So as we go for later tonight to the early morning hours, here's the chances for tornadoes like I showed you. Here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat as you go by later tonight, mostly for tomorrow morning. Also, the wind threat that's coming with this has grown also. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds as it begins for tonight into tomorrow morning. And your chances for hail has gone up as well. So here's your cities and states at risk for the chances for hail. This is for tonight going through tomorrow morning. National Weather Service has thunderstorms should increase late this evening and merge into a squall line overnight across parts of the southern and central plains. Several tornadoes, scattered to numerous severe wind gusts, and large hail are all possible. And then as we carry in for tomorrow morning, going through tomorrow evening, you see how much bigger it is now on this shot. It has grown a lot, everyone. Now, your hail threat is going to be lower as we go through tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. The biggest chance is going to be for tonight, but you still have that tornado threat. Even significant severe has grown with this black section all the way through Mississippi, through southern Alabama, and the panhandle of Florida. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat as you go through for tomorrow, for Tuesday. And your winds has grown as well. Not only significant severe, your chances for 74 miles per hour wind gusts or stronger, also the big 30% section. But here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and wind threat for Tuesday. National Weather Service has severe thunderstorms with a threat of tornadoes, damage and winds, and isolated hail are possible on Tuesday from eastern portions of the southern plains into the lower Mississippi Valley and southeast. A couple strong tornadoes will be possible. And then as it goes into Wednesday, here's your update on your severe weather risk. Here's your cities and states at risk for severe weather for Wednesday. And National Weather Service has severe thunderstorms capable of producing damage and winds, and a few tornadoes are possible across parts of the southern and middle Atlantic seaboard on Wednesday. Isolated strong severe storms will also be possible from the eastern Ohio Valley into parts of Pennsylvania. Now let's change the story a little bit because there's more talk than just this one storm, believe it or not, everyone. We have another blast coming through as we come from the 7th, potentially towards the middle of March. That's with the Euro. When you look with GFS, it's showing a dip, and it could go back up a little bit, but then come back down again. So they're both agreeing this cold air is coming down. Euro looks a little bit different than GFS. Now, the information is still a little fuzzy, so I have to keep you updated. You can see here with your polar vortex as you look with the GFS that it does still strengthen and come all the way down into the U.S. by the 10th and the 12th, and then shifts towards the west coast after that, bringing cold temperatures. Gets blocked by sudden stratospheric warming event, everyone. And that's the latest so far by GFS. Euro is a little weird, like it just comes in a little bit and then just hangs around the East Coast. So we have two different scenarios going on. Now this is going to make all the difference in the world because when you look with the European, after you get this first snowstorm coming through, you still see we have the other one coming in for Thursday across the Rockies as it comes across the central U.S. for Friday and across the Great Lakes, loses its chance for a lot of snowfall. And as it comes across later, not showing any marriage with that precipitation and that cold temperatures, just the freezing temperatures coming down all the way to the 10th and then coming back down again later on. All this is going to be northern. This is not going towards the Gulf, but it is going to be two big blasts that's going to push through. Now look at the difference with GFS. GFS is picking up that it will bring a little bit more snow as it comes from that Thursday through that Friday. Bring another 3 inches maybe in certain areas. But it's picking up that storm system will get good marriage with that precipitation and the temperatures as you go by Saturday and get a low pressure building over here by the lower Mississippi Valley and bring snow across Ohio Valley all the way towards the northeast. Maybe even get some blizzards in there. I see these wavy lines. That's showing a lot of winds. This is a low pressure and a high pressure getting too close together, creating all these winds. But this is only 6 days away, everyone, showing that we could get a strong snowstorm, bringing a widespread foot of snow while you get that cold blast coming through. Now, although I know there's a lot of people in the Northeast that would love a snowstorm like that, I don't know about now. I'm pretty sick of winter myself. There's a lot of people that love their snow, and you can see the trend. So the next 7 days, this is with the Euro, you see a snowfall coming in for the Southwest, all the way through the Rockies, coming across the Central through the Midwest, still bringing a heavy snowfall, and all the way for that next snowstorm showing it's just too warm, and it's not bringing a lot of snow, and there's nothing else coming with this. When you go by the Canadian, it agrees with the Euro that it's not bringing a big snowstorm like that. It's pretty much in good agreement, everyone. Still bringing that snow towards eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, northern Appalachians, GFS is showing that it is going to deepen and bring that low pressure system and let go of that southern storm. It's going more over a high ridge, but it's the only one that's showing that. Not only the first one will meet up with the marriage and get more snowfall, showing that second one, when we get that cold blast, will bring that big snowstorm all the way towards the northeast. Now, even though this is right within 7 days, don't count on this snowstorm, everyone. It is not trending just yet. I will keep you updated. This would be a whopper of a snowstorm. Look at this. This would be outrageous. I'm sure a lot of people want this. A lot of people would not. But please, if anything, heed the warning on these winds, everyone. These winds are not no joke. Protect what you need to protect. Make sure you have objects out your yard. Remember, they will become projectiles and fly everywhere, hurt somebody, cause damage. Make sure your yard is picked up. Thank you, everyone, for all the help you provide, helping alert everyone to what's going on with the storm system. I really appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all are literally saving lives. A lot of people out there don't know how serious this storm is going to be. There's so much hype. People don't know what to believe. You should read the comments. There's so much hype out there. This is not the worst one of 2025. We're just getting started. We're going to see way worse than this. We don't even have a high section for severe weather. It is going to get worse as we go through spring. And before I go, Psalm 112, 1 through 7. Praise ye the Lord. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. His seed shall be mighty upon earth. The generation of the upright shall be blessed. Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever. Unto the upright there ariseth light in the darkness. He is gracious and full of compassion and righteous. A good man showeth favor and lendeth. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. Amen. Have a great evening, everyone. Please alert your neighbors. Check on them. Make sure everyone is okay. Make sure they're going to be okay for these winds that's going to blow through. You're going to see some very strong winds with this storm, everybody. Remember, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great night, everybody. Get ready for these winds. They will be no joke.